Good morning, friends, and welcome to Story Time. The story that I picked out for you today is called The Father's Easter Story. And this is an arch book. If you've never heard of arch books before, they're very cool because they put Bible stories into a rhyme. So we're going to read The Father's Easter Story today. If you notice, I'm looking on this cover and I'm noticing that there's no author or illustrator specifically. So I don't have an author or illustrator to tell you. And here's my title page. Oh, but this one does. It says, written by Jonathan Schade. And the pictures are done by Chris Wold Dyrud. So there's no author and illustrator on the front, but in this case they told us in the title page. So this is The Father's Easter Story. In the fullness of time, when the world was dark, I sent down my Son to be hope's living spark. From a Bethlehem baby to a Nazareth youth, I watched as he grew in wisdom and truth. With joy I declared him my Son whom I love, and sent down my Spirit to appear as a dove. For 3 years he traveled with disciples that I gave, teaching people my word, making fearful hearts brave. When sinners approached him, my own care he spread, giving sight, giving healing, giving life to the dead. But even though true love fulfilled his every deed, the people he came for nailed him to a tree. In the garden he asked me for some other way, but there was just one path, so men took him away. I watched as their whips tore his flesh with a crack. I watched as the soldiers put the cross on his back. They pounded the nails in. They lifted his cross. My own perfect Son, his life for the lost. And though Jesus pled with a heart, pled with a heart-wrenching yell, I, God, turned away as my Son suffered hell. Even God was sad that Jesus died. Then he died. Jesus died. His friends all saw doom. His body was taken and placed in a tomb. How I wanted to tell them those next 3 long days that the end had not happened, that my Son I would raise. Remember, everybody was sad because they didn't realize that Jesus would raise again from the dead in 3 days. At last, the bright morning of Easter arrived, and my dear Son Jesus left his tomb alive. In each amazed face, Mary, Peter, and all, I took such delight when my Son they all saw. Though Jesus ascended to be by my side, his friends told his story to all, far and wide, just like you should do. My Jesus, you see, died wholly for you. His love, my own love, is faithful and true. There's nothing at all that I wouldn't give to forgive your sins and allow you to live. Since he rose from death, you too will revive. And that's why on Easter, my son came alive. So Jesus rose from the dead for you. For you. That's so exciting. Go and tell as many people as you can. Happy Easter.